So I just got off a call with someone who's like really successful, and we were just talking about AI and how AI is going to play out, and essentially like what his mission was to how to make AI like part of humanity in a way that doesn't just like displace humans and humans don't become irrelevant. So this led to a very interesting conversation, and there's this book, and it became a movie. It's called The Giver, right? And essentially, I believe that um, the world because AI, and I hate the word AI because it's so repeated that it kind of means something to everyone. But essentially, because of these algorithms, these ways of executing that is automated and has ever improving data, it improves automatically. And because of this, we're going to live in a world where there's no need for human labor. And this scares a lot of people. And there's two sides of the coin. You can either choose to be scared or you can either choose to see how it's going to empower you. And in history, there's always technological advances, right? And every time technology advances, technology consistently improves across the board. It makes things more efficient, it makes things faster, and it gets better over time, doesn't get worse. So because of that, technology is going to get better and better and better to the point where we're not going to need services anymore. Services aren't going to be needed. This is what leads me to the world that we're going to be living in. This is my prediction. It's we're going to live in a world where capitalism will be an option, and the people who want to play the game can play the game. But essentially, there will be a point in time where there's going to be a shift, and the shift is going to be uh, you're going to get a certain amount of money every month to live, and you're going to be able to participate in whatever you want, and it's going to be enough to meet your needs, and you're going to have your weekly allowance, and this is going to pay for food, it's going to blah blah blah, and essentially through that we are everyone's going to have a way of surviving, because if resources become a problem, then at a certain point, he mentioned like after like 20% of unemployment, the world starts to get crazy, and the world starts to essentially riot and turn into anarchy, and it's going to be like the purge in this world. And obviously that's not what anyone wants, and that's why regulations are so important, to not allow America or allow the world to get to that place where everyone's killing each other for resources. So what I believe is going to happen is going to be a shift in time, kind of like COVID happened overnight. Like everyone's like, "All right, we ain't going out no more," and it's going to be a little surreal. And essentially, what's going to happen is there is going to be an income that everyone will be given across all countries, all economies, and this is your resources to survive. And essentially, everything will be done by robot. All the resources and everything will be created by, and it will be handled by robots and AI. And your ability, you can survive off that, or and it's going to be optional to participate in entrepreneurship. So if you want the ability to earn more and provide problems that occur, or provide uh, to provide solutions to problems, you will get paid based on people's willingness to give you a percentage of their income. So when you're solving a problem, it's either you're solving a current problem or you're solving a future gain that they want to have. So those are the two categories that problems get separated, and it's either you have a current pain or you have a future desire that you're wanting to fulfill on. So um, kind of like if you want to eat food, yeah, you can have the tuna that feeds you, or you can have the chicken parm with the cheese on top with blah blah blah, right? That's like a desire. You just want it because it tastes good. It's not because you're actually trying to meet your needs. Because if you're trying to meet your needs, you would just eat the tuna. So those are the two areas that you're going to be able to solve as an entrepreneur, and you're going to be able to acquire chips, or you could say income, based on how willing people are to give you their money for that. So, and we're going to transition from a world where people get paid to do the bare minimum to a performance based world. So you're going to get paid your UBI, but you're also going to get paid on performance. So a lot of people talk about, AI and sales and blah, blah, blah. And I'm a big believer that salespeople will not get replaced. As much as they say about voice AI and blah, 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 it's not going to happen, because at the end of the day, the people who are going to be paying the robots are humans, right? The people who are going to be paying businesses are humans. Robots aren't going to be paying businesses. That's not going to happen unless a human gives authority to it, right? So what that means is, if you understand the concept of buyer's resistance, when someone knows they're being sold to, or when someone knows something is the way it is, then they become resistant to it unless they want to be sold. So there will be room for voice AI. So like there will be kind of like when you get an email or when you see an advertisement, you know that's not 100% personalized to you, but if you're interested, then you'll partake in it and you'll click on it and you'll discover more. However, there's always buckets of people that aren't converted, not uh, because there is a certain amount of energy that requires to get them over the hump. Because simple advertising won't get them over the hump. They need to be convinced. They need to be nudged in a way that's personalized to them. And it's also going to come in the form of they're not going to want to speak to AI because AI is going to know what to say. It's going to know how to say it, and at a certain point, it's going to be so perfect that it will actually repulse humans, right? This is just my wild guess, like, but I just know this to be true because this is what generally happens. We will be so repulsed by it, and we'll become kind of like when you see on when you're on you're scrolling a website, you see that banner on the side, and it's an ad. Like you don't even look at it anymore. That's what's going to happen with the voice salespeople. You're just not going to want to talk to it because you know it's not a real conversation, and it doesn't have human element to it. And the human element to it, what that means is having empathy. It's like the selling point of a human is gonna be, I genuinely think this can help you because of my genuine human reason, not because of the number one reason that AI can come up with, which um, whatever, right? It's gonna be so good. The reason's gonna be so clear and blah blah blah, but only a human is going to be able to get them on board because it's going to come from like a human testimonial, right? And that is going to do a lot more persuasion than the best copywriting or the best whatever AI thing can come up with. So um, right now we're in this era in 2025 where robots are the advanced people. There's some people that still use email and they type their own emails out, but right now a lot of people are just using AI, ChatGPT, to write emails, and then the people responding are using robots to respond. So it's robots talking to robots. But at a certain point, it will shift where we will get desensitized to this communication, and we will want something that allows us to connect. And it's probably not going to be through text. It's probably going to be through maybe a visual representation that can confirm that it's a human. And this is where, like, these projections of humans coming up on the screen, it will probably happen. And this is what's going to be the new email. It's going to be the new text message. And because we know that through text we can't confirm that a human wrote it, we're going to be able to do it in a way that's actual human. And people are going to be like, oh, well, can't the AI just do the future projection? Well, it can, but that kind of kills the point of it because now it's not authorized. It's not like kind of like on Instagram before you could purchase your blue check. Back then, when you like Instagram had to give it to you, that's what communication is going to be. It's going to be like, yes, this is real. Compared to like, we're going to use AI just to make them up, and then it's going to be like, all right, well, that communication isn't even authentic, So I think that's going to be the play that's going to happen, and it's just going to shift how sales is done. But however, sales is still going to happen in a human to human format, and I think it's something to be aware of. In the next couple years, it's going to stay through the phone. It's going to stay through it's going to stay through the phone. It's going to stay through Zoom. But at a certain point, because right now AI voice isn't really mass distributed yet. Like a lot of people aren't doing it just yet. Where like it's just spam right now. Like everyone knows that they're being spoken to by a robot. But when it gets to the point where it's really that good and it reaches like human level speaking that people can't tell the difference no more, that's when a shift will happen in the way that it is confirmed to be true that it was actually a human saying that, not a robot. So this is my take on AI because the conversation I had today, and it's a little different. I didn't really stick to the schedule that I had talking about marketing. It's just something that was really relevant. I just like kind of want to throw my prediction out there just because I tend to be right about these type of things, and I never really like documented it. So moving forward, I'm just going to be documenting like all my opinions and stuff like that. So I wanted to share this with you because I know in like 5 years, like I'm gonna look back at this and I'm gonna be like, wow, spot on. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you know how to use AI for the good, and you don't allow it to destroy your life and to ruin your sanity. So use it in a way that it's meant to be used. It's used to make you more efficient and to empower you and to allow you to do more, not the other way around. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.